All right, guys, we got to do today called binomial theorem. I'm going to show you two ways to do it. We're going to go, I'll be honest up front, we're going to go with the second way just about all the time, but I'm going to show you one quick way to do it also. And it's not quick, it's just a different way. So you'll be exposed to it at least, but we're going to do the second way in class. So here we go. All right, this triangle you see in yellow is called Pascal's triangle. Again, Pascal's, I guess I should write that down for you. It's P-A-S-C-A-L. Yes, Pascal's triangle. And you can see how it's formed. It's like a Christmas tree. One's on the outside. Then what they do to get these other numbers is they add those two, 1 and 2, 1 and 1 to get 2, add 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2, add 1 and 3, 3 and 3, 1 and 3. You see how they're coming 1 and 4? That's how those numbers get inside that triangle. That's how they're working. And what it represents is this. The top of the triangle represents how you work out a plus b to the 0 power. Remember, anything the 0 power is 1. So if you look at the top of the triangle, it's 1. If you do a plus b to the first power, the 2 ones here represents your coefficients. All right, so a plus b, anything to the first power is itself. So a plus b to the first is 1a plus 1b. That's how that's working. A plus b squared, we've done this all year. Remember, it's square, multiply, double, square. These are the coefficients, 1, 2, 1. Look what I get over here, 1a squared, 2ab, b squared. That's square, multiply, double, square. Also, look for some patterns here. The exponent on the a is going down as you go left to right, and the exponent on the b is coming up as you go left to right. Look at this one, a plus b cubed. The pattern is going to be 1, 3, 3, 1. Those are the coefficients. 1a cubed, 3a squared b, 3ab squared, plus 1b. So it goes 1, 3, 3, 1. Look at the a's. The a's are going down. The b's are coming up. Also notice one more thing. It was a plus b cubed. It had 4 terms. A plus b squared had 3 terms. A plus b, the first power, had 2 terms. So there's always one more term than your exponent. Let's do one more. A plus b to the fourth goes this pattern, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Look at my coefficients, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Look at my a's. A to the fourth and a cubed, a squared, a1, no a. Look at the b's, no b, b1, b2, b3, b4. The b's go up, the a's come down. Also, there are 5 terms. The exponent was 4. There are patterns everywhere, everywhere. Okay, the way we're going to do it, though, is we're going to do it with the NCR button on your calculator and patterns. And I want you thinking, this is not true, but I want you thinking like C stands for coefficient. Okay, so I'm going to teach you some patterns here. See if you can pick up the patterns and, sorry about that, and what else is going on. So that's 3. So I'm going to start this. So I'm going to start with a cubed. And also, the pattern is symmetric. So if you start with a cubed, you're going to end with b cubed. Your second term is always going to be the same. Your second coefficient is going to be the same as your main exponent, that 3 right there. So I'm going to start with the 3. The a's are going down, and the b starts coming up. Okay? Since the a's are going down, I know my next term is going to be a with the b squared. Okay, so the question is, what's the coefficient? Well, the coefficients are symmetric. Okay, so that was 1, that's 3. That's 1, that means this must be 3. 1, 3, 3, 1. The coefficients are symmetric. 1, 3, 3, 1. And the a's are going down. When the exponents on the a's are decreasing, the exponent of the b's are increasing. Hang in there. All right, a minus b to the fourth. All right, a minus b, it starts this way. It starts a to the fourth. It's going to end up b to the fourth. My second term is going to be whatever the main exponent is. That's going to be the coefficient. And I would get 4a cubed. Now, technically, I'd get negative b right there. Instead of putting negative b in there, I'm just going to change the sign right there to minus. And the reason it'd be negative b is because that's b to the first power. This is the new thing right here. My next term is going to be a squared, b squared, because my a's are going down and my b's are coming up. All right, now to figure out what my coefficient is, what's going to go right there, I'm going to do NCR. Okay, now the n is the main exponent, so it's going to be 4. This whole problem, my n is going to be 4. The r is going to be one of these exponents here. You can pick either the a exponent or the b exponent. It won't even matter because the exponents all add up to be 4. So I'm going to put a 2 there. And if I work out 4c2 on my calculator, it gives me 6. My next term is going to be a to the first, b cubed. All right, now here's another thing you can look for. Because those exponents are 1 and 3, and those are 1 and 3, anytime the exponents are the same, the coefficient is going to be the same. Now, because that b has an odd exponent, that means it's going to be negative. So I'm going to put a negative here. Now, or you can remember this way. Whenever you have a minus sign inside your parentheses, your signs in your answer are going to alternate, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. And then one more thing, if you forgot that about it being symmetric and getting a 4 again, you can always go back and do NCR again. This time my n is 4. Remember, n is always your main exponent, n is 4. R, you pick either the 3 or the 1. Punch that in, 4, 3, 1, 4 NCR3, you will get 4 every single time. So that right there would be the answer. All right, I'm going to show you one. This is the toughest kind you're going to see, and close up this video. And I know this is a lot to take in. This is one of those videos where if you'll go through class tomorrow. Okay, so let's do this one. The difference here is it's got a number inside. Okay, so watch what happens. You always start x to the 5th power, the first number to the 5th power. You're going to end 2 to the 5th. It's plus, so everything's going to be positive. Now, your second term is going to start with your main exponent. So I'm going to put a 5 here. The x goes down. There's not a y this time. You got a 2. The 2 starts coming up. My next term, the x goes down. The 2 starts coming up. Okay, to get my coefficient, I'm going to do NCR. I'm going to do 5. Remember, whatever the main exponent is that you're in, your r is one of the exponents on the term, either the 4 or the 2, it doesn't matter. Put a 4 there. And if you punch that, sorry, I'm doing this term, not what I'm doing. Okay, so 5c3 or 5c2, that's going to give you 10. My next term is going to be x squared 2 cubed. Now, because these two exponents are the same as these two, they will have the same coefficient, or you could do this again. And I got one more. I've got an x1, 2 to the 4th, and that's also 1 and 4 right there. And because that had a 5, that had a 5. But again, if you can't remember that, you can always go back here and do NCR and do 5 NCR4 or 5 NCR1, because that's what the exponents are. Now, as soon as you think you're done, you're not. If you have a number inside the parentheses, you got to work it out, meaning this. I'm going to take that 2, multiply times the 5. It'd be 10x to the 4th. Take that 2, it's really 2 squared, which is 4, multiplied by 10, 4 times 10, 40, x cubed. This right here is 2 cubed. 2 cubed is 8 times 10, which is 80, x squared. 2 to the 4th power, 16. 16 times 5, also 80, which is weird. And I end up with 2 to the 5th, which is 32. And guys, that's it. That's as far as you can go. Again, this is one video that's kind of hard to get. I know it's going to be hard for you to understand it all just watching this video. We're going to really work on it hard in class and let you figure out some patterns. Once you see the patterns, it's really not that hard to do, I promise. It's 2 lines at the most. However, this would be a great video to watch again after class and before your test on Friday to make sure you're ready, because it'll make a lot more sense the second time. All right, see you tomorrow.